What's going on, y'all boys? Welcome back to another trade recap. This trade has helped me lock in tomorrow around a 4.3K payout. It should be looking like. Was able to make 1,600 on the Nasdaq today, caught 154 points. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I was able to do that. Same model, same structure, same everything that I've been using since taking that consistent payout. So it's just another trade, simply another trade. Like once you guys start looking at this as another trade, like it happens over and over again, right? You guys are going to see a similarity in my trade recaps from the past or from a couple of days ago, like whenever, you know what I mean? So pretty not easy, but like a good outlook I had on the market today, a good bias. And I think a good bias is super, super important because you can have all the concepts and all the models aligned together, but if you don't have the correct bias, the correct draw on liquidity, that whatever you use ICT inversions, whatever Doge candles, that shit is not going to work, right? So I sent out into the Discord today. My daily outlook was bullish. I want us to see new week opening gap get filled. Yesterday night, what did we do? We made a big ass new week opening gap. I'm gonna mark that out. That's gonna be a strong draw on liquidity for me. I'm waiting for price to fill in the entire gap. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until I can catch that move while we're filling that gap. And so New York open. New York opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm strongly bullish for the day. Anything I see to downside, I'm going to take as manipulation or a retracement for us to head higher towards the end. And so once we immediately open and we don't take out this 9:30 a.m. open, by the way, we leave this 9:30 a.m. open high untouched, which is something that I also talk about. We leave that high untouched and we start having this weak sell off. Clearly a retrace for me because I'm looking for longs. I'm looking for new week opening gap to get filled. I'm looking for this new week opening high to get tapped into as well. So those are my two draws on liquidity to the upside is new week opening gap to get filled and new week opening high to get taken out as well. And as always, if you guys want to learn how I do my daily bias and how I trade this exact model, I teach it. I'll put the link in the description below as well. So we get a little small retracement off of 9:30 a.m. off that 9:30 a.m. open. And now I know a lot of people got tripped up because of the fact that we didn't end up taking this or tapping into this 15-minute gap, this 30-minute gap, which is something I was looking at as well, this 15-minute for right gap. But what we did have was an SMT with ES, right? And when we have an SMT with a pair with if NQ has an SMT at a high or a low, it doesn't matter if we tap into a PD array or not. The move can happen at any second, right? And so I'm keeping an eye out on these four concepts that I always enter off of: a Doge, inversion, displacement, or an order block entry, right? Those are the four things that I always enter off and that I always stress. We have an SMT paired with it. We have higher draws on liquidity. So all I'm looking for is a signal or my entry on the 1 minute. We get that entry on the 30 seconds. So on a like while you guys are obviously looking at this chart, you guys can't see these candles form, but if you guys remember or if you guys were on the charts at 9:48 a.m. we have a random spike up, not a random spike up because we have an SMT with ES, and I'm looking for these highs to get taken. This is a clear retrace and we have a spike up. However, this 1 minute here wasn't a clean move like this, right? We have a spike up on a 30 second here. On a 30 second, you guys can see we immediately displaced at 9:48 a.m. right? We immediately displaced and inverse this tiny 30 second gap. I'm not going to say that I took it off that 30 second inversion, but I get that displacement that I wanted, right? We get that displacement and I have like it's a signal that strong buyers are coming in. We get that displacement candle, and once that happens, I enter before this 1 minute candle closes. Just because of the fact that we have an SMT, we have 9:30 a.m. highs that were left untouched. That is something I want us to see regardless. We can come up here, reverse. I want us to see us touch this 9:30 a.m. open gap, which 9:30 a.m. open high. It's perfect. It aligns with the bullish daily bias, and 9:30 a.m. open high is a strong draw, especially if it was left untouched. So we have that SMT with ES. We end up edging this 15-minute gap, but we get that 30 second displacement candle to the upside. Displacement candle, order blocks, Doge candles, inversion, something that I always enter off of, right? And so once we get that displacement candle at 30 second, I enter before the 1 minute candle closes. As expected, we get a bullish 1 minute candle closure. And we also do end up inversing this 1 minute gap if you guys wanted to take an entry off of this. But I'm not going to say, like I said, I'm not going to come out here and say I expected this 1 minute candle to completely displace high. Like I wasn't expecting this high of a 1 minute displacing candle. But what I am, like, I can't expect what the market's going to, what the market's going to do, what the candles are going to do on the next 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. But the point here is I can do my best to expect what may happen, right? Like I'm not going to be guessing everything, or like I'm not going to know everything that's going to happen in the next second, but I have analysis like the SMT, the draws and liquidity that are higher to know what's going to happen in the market, to expect, to know what to expect, right? And today, that expectation was for us to grab this 9:30 a.m. open high and for us to grab this new week opening day high, right? And so those are my two expectations. Once I have my entry model that presents itself paired with several other confluences, right? I'm going to take that trade. I've seen how price moves. I've traded this exact setup for months now, and I've seen that it works. And so I'm gonna put my confidence into, right? I just made a video about confidence. I'm gonna stay confident in how I trade. And so once we get that 1 minute displacement candle, or 30-second displacement, and the 1 minute candle closes bullishly, I target this new week opening high gap. I always get that mixed up. New week opening high, new day, bro, whatever. This fucking Sunday at open, right? Like this 6 p.m. candle or 4:59 p.m. candle on Sunday is always going to be a strong draw as well. And so we ended up catching 154 points today. I was risking 5 micros. I'm going to scale down because of the fact, like I said, I have a payout on lock. I'm not going to risk more than I should. Like, I'm not going to be dumb and blow an entire payout balance. And so that was the trade recap for today. We did end up edging these highs, and a lot of people took shorts here as well. But we had this 15-minute fair value gap protecting us, kind of protecting our stops, and so I kept that. I was holding my trade even with this retrace, although we ended up edging my take profit. I was just really bullish on us taking out this high today. Like I said, that 4:59 p.m. high, which is another strong draw. So in summary, kind of to sum things up, in terms of the entry, was that 1 minute displacement, 30-second displacement candle with that S&T paired with ES. The reason why I didn't wait until this, or not wait, but we didn't have a chance to tap into this 15-minute fair value gap and a 30-minute gap was because, like I said, as soon as I see my entry present itself paired with an S&T, if we didn't have this S&T, sure, I probably wouldn't have caught in this move. But because we have an S&T, at any moment, price can decide to reverse, right? We don't know if an S&T is valid or not until we see like a 1 minute reversal or an entry, right? An entry's formed here, a 30-second displacement candle. That kind of validated this S&T. If this 30-second here, after it made this 30-second candle and completely reversed and invalidated this 30-second inversion as well and came back down to tap these lows, cool. I entered off of what I wanted to enter, and I would get stopped out. But more oftentimes than not, if you're confident in your model and you've seen things happen over and over again, you're going to take that trade, stay confident with it, and you'll reap the benefits, right? A lot of the times, more often than not, you'll reap the benefits if you're able to enter confidently off of your entry models. And so S&T was formed, 30-second displacement candle. We edged that 15-minute fair value gap, but like I said, the S&T was validated, and then my targets were this 9:30 a.m. high, perfect draws on liquidity to fill in that new week opening gap as well, and to hit that 4:59 p.m. Candle high. And so 3 draws on liquidity to the upside, all aligning with my bias, and the 1 minute entries also showed up for me as well today. Super good trade, super solid trade. I'm gonna put I don't have the full live recording because of the fact that I went live on TikTok, but I'm gonna show you guys where I entered at the end of this video. And so yeah, I'm gonna be taking out a payout pretty soon, probably tomorrow on these accounts. It'll be good to get back on track. And yeah, that was the trade recap for today. Hopefully you guys understood. If you guys want to learn, like I said, this exact model, put the link in the description. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it with y'all for me. I'll be back in the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching these. Hopefully you guys learned from this. If you guys have any questions at all, just DM me on Instagram. I'll try to reach back out to as many people as possible. And yeah, W trade today. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of y'all's day. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll put the live recording of the entry now. See y'all.